Yes, villagers, today we're going to be talking about perfect moment syndrome. We're going to be giving you 4 ways for you to combat that syndrome. If you want to find out what perfect moment syndrome is and ways to combat it, you are in the right place. If you're new to this channel, welcome to our village. If you're a returning villager, welcome as well. So, let's get into it. Welcome to Garden of the Mind, where we reduce stress, improve our health and fitness, and improve our financial IQ every episode. We must believe more than we see. Perfect moment syndrome is when you've planned something to the letter and it doesn't follow exactly the letter that you planned, then you think the whole thing is ruined. Well, we're going to talk about 4 ways for you to combat that. Tip number 1, focus on the positive. While it may not be exactly what it is that you want, we don't want great to be the enemy of good. We don't want you to get 98% and then focus on the 2% to the point that you allow that 2% to overcome the other 98%. Think about all that you have. If you have 98%, then you have 98%. There is nothing in this world that is 100%. So that's a pretty good ratio for you to achieve. No matter what you do in life, there's always going to be an opportunity for you to have more. And if you live in that space of always looking for more, you'll never be satisfied with the now. You'll never be satisfied with what you are given. Be satisfied with what it is that you have and move on. Now, you can move on by figuring out exactly what you did not anticipate and maybe trying to incorporate that into the plan, or you can look at it as a learning experience. Appreciate the 90% and not the 2%. Tip number 2, explore where the voice of perfection came from. Where is this voice that doesn't extend any grace or allow anything to happen outside of what it is that you want to happen? Where did that come from? Did that come from you? Did it come from maybe a parent? Did it come from another source? Think about exactly where that voice is coming from that needs everything 100% perfect. And think about why you need everything to be 100% perfect. Confront that voice. Ask a series of why questions as if you're a 6-year-old until you boil it down 100% to the exact reason that it is. Many times in life, things don't happen 100% the way we want it to happen. What is your margin of grace? Is it 5%? Is it 10%? Is it 20%? And think about why it is the way that it is. Tip number 3, think about the greater lesson that you might be able to glean from this experience. What lesson can you take and apply it to your future, maybe a future event? What can you learn from this particular moment at this time? Is it an opportunity for you to treat people more humanely as opposed to pieces on your chessboard of progress? Most people learn more from perceived failure than they do from success. If you perceive this to be a failure, find out exactly what ingredients went into it being a failure and what you might be able to do in the future to assure that this doesn't happen. If not to you, maybe to someone else. Tip number 4, understand that things just happen. Some people think that they make things happen. Some people believe that things happen to them. Well, it's a combination of a lot of those different things. Things just happen. We decide whether they happen to us or against us. It's all in terms of our attitude that we perceive the world. Most things that happen are neutral in nature. It is our perception that colors them either positive or negative, bad or good, or whatever light that we are shining on this particular situation. Usually comes from our attitude. If you understand that life just happens, you may be able to be a little bit more forgiving and understanding that you don't have very much control in this world outside of your planning. We have to do our best in terms of the planning, and however it turns out, It just turns out. If you like this video, please give it the thumbs up. If you like this channel, please subscribe. If you want to know when I post, which is Wednesday, click on that notification bell. You get that ding on your phone, and you know that a new video is waiting for you. And I apologize for not posting last week. And remember, thoughts are actions, words have power, and actions have consequences. I'll see you next week.